Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a MILADY Light-Greatsword build guide in Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. This is a really fun build because you get a very cool moveset that can actually stun lock some bosses. So this is the wing stance, which is what we're going to want to use on this, as it has a pretty much infinite combo that you can get into, and it absolutely shreds. I didn't even buff up before doing this, but I just want to show off a little bit of the combat before we get into the build guide. But you have this jump attack here, which can posture break really easily. And the moveset on this regularly is really good if you two-hand the weapon. It's got a bit of a flashy moveset, but I'll be going over the stats at level 150. There are two ways we can build this though, as it has B scaling in both strength and our dexterity, so you can go keen and run dexterity. This allows you to use lightning, which gets a lot of buffs whenever it's raining, which there's a lot of rain in the DLC. At level 150, we're using 50 Vigor, 25 Mind, 34 Endurance. We want to be able to have 56 Poise and Medium Roll there, as well as the 12 Strength to use this, and the 72 Dexterity to buff up the weapon damage that we're going to be dealing. So the wing stance here is really what we want to be going with for most of our attacks, because it hits like a truck. I also went with 15 Faith and 16 Arcane. I have this equipped to give it a +1, but what we want to be buffing with is we can actually go with our Blood Flame Blade and benefit from all the bleed buildups that we can get, or benefit from all of the different effects. Like Swarm of Flies can give us bleed buildup if we want to wear the white mask to get some extra damage, so a little bit of Arcane goes a long way. Flame Grant Me Strength is going to give us a big buff to our damage, and then it's further going to buff the Blood Flame Blade that we also want to apply there. You can start combat off with Swarm of Flies, because that's going to give a bleed build-up trigger. You can use the Lord of Blood's Exaltation for that. I'm using Rolana's Cameo here, as it gives us a really big boost to our damage. So whenever we stay in a stance, we get an increase of 15% to our damage. The Ron Wingsword Insignia and the Millicent's Prosthesis help push our dexterity up to 72. I had 67 dexterity normally, but you can see there, it hits really hard. So if we hold this out, we'll get the buff surrounding our character there. So it does... Oh, he got shredded there. It does take a bit of time to get that up. It's about 1 second or so. As you can see there, you can just go with the wing stance and spam it, basically taking out every enemy in your path. But typically how we want to start combat is hold this out till the red aura goes around your character, and then you do have, there's a bit of a delay between the heavy attack, but you can actually combo the quick attack into the heavy attack. We lost the soldier there. So I'll show you what that looks like, because typically you want to go into combat, go with this attack here, and then jump into this, and then you can also combo that off of into just a normal attack combo there. So what's nice is the weapon has really good posture. Despite not being a heavy greatsword, it's very similar to just a greatsword's posture damage, so that is really nice. You can literally just use the charge attacks, which come out really quickly. They deal a good amount of damage and hit in a huge area. But otherwise, the moveset for this sword is really nice. I really appreciate the MILADY's normal stance, but the wing stance is obviously the biggest benefit to this. Now, it does get a few different attributes. It actually has a lot of them, so some of the ones that I like is Bloodhound Step, because you can just dance around behind the enemy and then hit them with it. Normal greatswords don't get Bloodhound Step, so that's one choice. Sword stance is okay, but I'd rather go with Double Slash, because that has pretty good range. It's similar to the Rivers of Blood attack. Repeating thrust is okay, and impaling thrust is okay. It gives you a bit of movement if you need it closer to the enemy, but I'd rather go with some different ones. Craig Blade is usually some people's favorites. You can go with Savage Lion's Claw or Lion's Claw, but I feel like that's better used on a heavier weapon. I also really like the Divine Beast Frost Stomp. That's a very powerful one. Ghost Flame Call is good as well, and honestly, the Bloody Slash is a classic. I recommend using that one as well. You can go with the Poison Flower Blooms twice. This will add poison build up to the weapon, which is kind of a nice thing, but I don't normally go with something like that. But Lightning Infusement's the other really nice choice we can go with. So I personally just like the wing stance. And if we go with a lightning build up, this is actually some pretty good damage. This does have a, you can go bleed build up, but I don't recommend that. I'd rather just go with the lightning here, as I'll show you what the damage we can do with this is. So still starting with our Flame Grant Me Strength, we just can't apply Blood Flame Blade this time around. Two-hand the weapon, go into your wing stance, hold it for a second, and then you can get into attacking. 2,500 damage. That is crazy. So the lightning damage on this is really high and makes it a very fun weapon to use overall. And you can go with this jump attack here, and it pierces through enemies just like that. So this weapon is incredible. It has such good range to it as well, and you can just go with these quick attacks, or you can go with something a little bit heavier, and it just combos between the attacks really well. The quick attacks here do combo faster than the heavy attack, so when you go into the wing stance and press R2, It does have a delay outside of that one, but if you go with a quick attack, you can quickly follow it up with a jump attack. So that would be the way that I would recommend doing it. Quick attack and then the slower attack, and you'll be basically shredding down the enemy. But if you do both of these, it'll combo into like a normal attack there, or a charged attack. So the moveset on these are really fun to use. So there is a wing stance build in Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.